Welcome back to My Crafty Stash. I'm going to show you how to edit your settings. This one will be a bit of a longer video, but I feel that going through these settings will be good for everybody to kind of know how to edit stuff, to be able to change things so that way you can make My Crafty Stash a better program for you to work with and a better program for you to just be your own. So to get to settings, it is over here on the left, just below the support button. Support will help me fund everything as I am hosting this on my own. Settings here, click this. There are a couple things here. Let me go to inventory and just bring up this to kind of show you what changes here. So first we have, oops. Okay, there we go. Okay, so first thing we have is we have light and we have dark mode. So I should say first we have display. First we have light and dark mode. Kind of self-explanatory. The app comes to you in light mode. You can switch to dark mode if you like. If not, you can go right back to light mode. Now you will notice that my pictures are with white backgrounds, so I prefer to have light mode. If that doesn't bother you, go ahead and use dark mode, whatever's best for you. Card size. So we have small, medium, and large. What that does is that changes the cards on here. So you can have large, medium, small. It does come to you set at medium. We have text size, small, which is not too great for me. Medium, which is what the default is, and then we have large. So pretty basic settings right there. Now for the fun part, colors. Everybody loves colors, right? Who here doesn't like colors? I mean, we're crafters, so yeah. So the basic colors of the application as it comes to you are set, but if you want to change something, go ahead and change it. It's your world. Do it. Let's say I don't like what the buttons and the highlights are. Well, I can change that. I want purple buttons. Okay. I click that and I click apply. Now every time I open the app, I'm going to have purple buttons. Or I don't like the color of the buttons when I hover over them. Well, I want them to be gold. All right, I click that, and now they're going to be gold. Project tags and accents. So what that is that's like, if I close this, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get it back up. But so that is like when you see the discontinued, or something is like the layers on a stencil, that kind of stuff. That's the color of that when it's trying to alert you of something that's like a warning or that kind of thing. That is something of importance. That's what this color is. The page background. What if you don't like the page background? Well, fun thing is like I have these colors. I kind of like the cream because to me this is very close to buttercream with Tailored Expressions, which is one of my favorite colors that they have. I absolutely love it. But what if you don't want that? What if you just want white? It's a little hard on the eyes, personally. What if you want this? Like this kind of yellow? What if you don't like any of these colors that I've already kind of pre-selected for you? And you click pick. Hold on, that didn't pop up. Let me get another capture going here. Pick a color. This pops up. You have the full range of the entire color wheel at your disposal to pick whatever your heart desires for every single color setting on this application. From panels, text box, the sidebar, everything. You can take and you can change whatever your heart desires and make this application look and feel how you want it. And if you don't like it and you want to go back to the default, cool. Come down to the bottom, reset all colors to default. Boom, and you're back. Okay, item defaults. This probably will be taken out in the final version. This just like is when you're adding an item, it sets it to a default value. So I actually might keep this in because when you guys are adding items from your stock, if you go and you grab your box of dies and you're only adding dies, you can come in here and you can click and say, oh, I want to add, I want it to say dies. Okay, so now your default item type is dies, and you say all my dies are in box 2. Okay, cool. So now all of my dies are going to box 2. Then as you go in and you're adding an item, it's going to default to that every single time, no matter what, which is really handy. Default sort order. There's a couple on here. There's name A to Z, name Z to A, date of purchase, newest or oldest, price high to low, or type. And we actually want name A to Z, not type. I don't know why it was on type. So there are different things. I'm going to put these two back to none because I don't want that messing with me. But yeah, so those are actually really handy, like when you're going and you're bulk adding stuff. Kind of like a lot of you are going to, actually I should leave that, because when you guys are going and adding your first huge sets of items in here and you're adding, hundreds or maybe thousands of items like we have, it is a lot. It really is a lot to add. All right, types. Now this is where it gets kind of tough. So what we have going on here is this is the types. This is the drop down that when you select what a type is, these are ones that you have the choice from. So you have embossing folders, envelopes, embellishments, dies, inks, kits, holo markers, stamps, storage, tools, all of them. And you're looking at me going, well, what are those little tick marks hereby? Like, what are those, right? Well, those little, oh, sorry, and you have to have one line per item. If you have 2 lines per item, if you have two items in a line, they're both going to show up. So you have to have them separated. Those little tick marks on the items, what that denotes is that they are removed from the search when you are in the card builder for certain things. So like when you're looking for items to add to your card for like embellishments or stuff like that, sometimes those things can get thrown in there randomly. If it's looking and it sees that little tick mark there, it knows not to add it. That's what those are. Subtypes. Now, subtypes are kind of how you differentiate between, so like let's say you have a die, but how do you know what that die is, right? Well, that's where this is. So you click here, you click embossing folders. Well, what kind of embossing folder is it? Is it a 2D, 3D, A2, 6x6? What kind? Dies. What kind of die is it? What kind of die is it? I mean, dies are dies, but does it go with a sentiment set? Is it itty bitty? Is it a frame? Cutting piercing plate? The subtypes are for you to just do what you need to do for whatever you want. This here is how you have your crafting room separated out into however it is you want to organize it. And this can be added to any type. even color inspiration, combo club, um, anything. Adhesives, tools, like even adhesives. We have glue, foam, tape runner. I would suggest leaving some of these. I will probably make a few of them to be standard where they can't be edited or deleted because they are inherent to the projects, but we'll see how that goes. Card builder labels. Now this is where what the labels pull from. So when you go in here and you say, I'm looking at my drop down from cardstock, what type should that pull from? So I'm clicking cardstock. Now this goes here and this pulls from my cardstock type. So that comes back to here and it pulls back from this cardstock type. I can change that into, I say I want it to pull from Stacklets. I don't, but you know, so you can change whatever it is. And then you can force it to only pull from subtypes as well. You can also say use only names such as all planned out. So there's a lot of customization in this to where you can take it and you can force it to say, I only want it to pull from these sets for this part. You really can come in here and make this your own. And I have always added a reset to defaults. So if something goes wrong, you can reset to defaults and try again. That way, if something gets broken, you should always be able to fix it. Yeah. All right. Themes. Now, themes are stuff that we add like kind of as another way to sort. So you have subtypes, which like to me is saying, you know, stamps are simple strips, a clear set. You have a background stamp, a 5x7, and a 6x6, and A7. But themes are, what is this stamp used for, right? Like what is it used for? Well, this is where you would add it. Now, if you see here, adding a star before the theme name, if it needs to have a year specified, example would be Combo Club. So if you add the star symbol, like let's say graduation. So when I click Save Themes, anytime I add something to graduation theme, it's going to say, is this graduation needing a year? So anything that has, like, let's say you bought something for graduation and it has a year on it. Say you bought something for 2027 graduation supplies. You would type in 2027, and when you search, you can actually search 2027 and it'll pop up just by typing in 2027. Color order. Now, I have put in the Tailored Expressions color order according to their website as of, I think, March. So this is how everything, all the colors will be sorted. You can take this, you can customize it to however you want. If you want this to be alphabetized, go right ahead. If you want it to be just gone, you can delete it, whatever you want. It is up to you. But yeah, go ahead and you can do what you want with this. Inspiration colors. So when you're adding your inspirations, this is where you will go to add inspiration colors. I added a couple here just to kind of show what you can add in here. Again, this is just one item per line. You just add in whatever you want. Locations. So this is where you will put whatever you want for your craft room. Let's say you want to add, like I have boxes 1 through 5, but I have Calyx Cube 1, Calyx Cube 2, 3, 4, and I put little stickers above them that say 1, 2, 3, 4, yada, 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 yada. I can put that in there. And then when I am looking for something and I see that it says this is saved in this location, I can go to that spot and I know that it is going to be in there as long as I put it back where it's supposed to be. I mean, none of us are, not all of us are lucky enough to have a Whitney, but we all try. We all try. Purchased from. So this is where when you're adding your item, this is where you will put where you can get your stuff. So you can put any shops that you frequently purchase from, and it will pop up on there. And you can just select it and say, I got it from this location. Just something to kind of help keep track of where you purchased your items from. That way you can look back and say, where did I buy this from? And it doesn't even matter what you put on here. It doesn't have to be a shop. You could even put a person's name and say, I bought it from this person. Custom sort. Now, this one is kind of fun. You can customize how items are sorted per the type. Let's say I want to custom sort my embossing folders, right? Well, it comes up with color first. Well, embossing folders don't have a color. But let's say I want to sort them by A to Z. Then I want to sort them by newest to oldest, and finally theme. So that's going to sort them A to Z, and then from A to Z, if there's a couple of them that have the same start with the same letter, it will then sort them by newest to oldest. If a couple of them were purchased on the same date, then it will sort those ones by the theme alphabetically, and it will group the ones with the same theme together. And you can do that with every single type that you have. And what you can sort by is color, type, A to Z, Z to A, date purchase, which is oldest to newest, newest to oldest, theme, location, and subtype. Location is actually a really handy one because, like, if you do like sort by A to Z and then sort by location, you're going to get stuff that it'll be sorted A to Z and then stuff that, well, I guess, no, that wouldn't make sense, would it? I don't know. You guys will figure it out because you guys will find ways to sort this that I never thought that I would. But I put it in there because I figured you guys would like to be able to have that ability to change the way you sort stuff. Since we're showing cardstock here, let's actually go to cardstock. And instead of color, let's do A to Z. Oh, it didn't change it. C to A. Okay. Maybe I have to do something to change it. No, it's not. The custom source not changing it. I probably have to close out, but I'm not going to close out right now. Okay. Tracked items. So tracked items is for what is getting tracked for the warnings when you're on your home page. This is where you can set what is being tracked, how your thresholds for what you feel is low, and for what you think you should be getting a warning at, and what you're good at. So a lot of the stuff like embossing folders, embellishments, like those, you don't really need. The only thing I'm tracking really is envelopes, which I feel if I have 20, I'm good. If I have 5, or if I'm around 5, I'm getting low. If I have 2 or less, I need to get more of those. My wife and I, we don't make a ton of cards. We probably make about 9 or 10 cards a month. But I feel that these are good numbers for us. But I wanted to be able to let you guys be able to change them as you needed them. Yes, you can add them. So all you do is you would click, let's do cardstock. I will click over here. I will do add cardstock. I will click that. Let's say we're good at 15, starting to get low at 8, and we're out at 2. Now we'll save. Now, I don't have the cardstock tracking set up for the projects yet. I don't have a way for it to deduct. That is in the works. That is a very complicated process. So that is still in the works, but that is a way to do it. So I do hope you guys are looking forward to that. All right, next is project tracked items. This is just a way to track your items in the reports, which I'm not going to go over in this. The reports are pretty simple. It just shows you how many items you have and how much it cost you and how many cards you've made, that kind of thing. But this is a way to say I want to watch how many times I've made this card, and it will show up in that report. Cloud sync, we're going to go over this, and I will show you how to set this up in the next video. And then catalog sources. These catalog sources should be coming to you. Scrapbook, Simon Says, and Gina K are still in the works. They are kind of a bit of a pain because their websites are not big business websites. They are custom websites, so they're a little tougher to work with. But everybody else here, you can do the add item and do item search and be able to find items off of their websites, which is fantastic. So that way you're not having to go and find your own images and everything like that. And you should be able to find your items. So yeah, that is the settings, and I will see you guys on the cloud sync, which is a fun one.